direct you to line 13. Just want to help refresh your recollection so you're not confused. Let's go back again. And we're looking at 53, which is what we were talking about before. You remember from living there that Jefferson School was here, as you pointed out. With this parking lot, and that there was an open field across from it.
Right.
You remember this big open field shown in the upper center?
I remember being open in this area. I don't remember that because of the ball field being there. I never knew that I could come out where we lived up here and come around Vine Street up to the school.
You never went up Vine Street?
I thought it kind of dead-ended there. How Vine Street runs that part that goes around there, it's all grassy and weeded off, and the street comes up where we lived at here and shoots straight over to up to a bar. That's where everybody in the neighborhood who lives up on the hill, and they go down to the bar and everybody hangs out at this bar. I never knew that.
You can't think of any reason why you would feel it was important to tell Stan where Jefferson School and what surrounds Jefferson School.
I never would have.
All right. You told us that until about August 3rd of 1990, you had been in jail for the sale of a lookalike drug, and unfortunately you sold it to an undercover officer. Did you know it was a lookalike drug?
Yes, I did.
You were trying to be dishonest and cheat the person that you were selling to.
Yes.
And when you got caught at it, you lied about your name.
I just denied my name.
And you admit when counsel for the state was questioning you that you lied about your name.
Yes.
Well, did you get approved for your disability while you were still in jail?
No.
When was it that you got the good news that you were approved for your disability?
I believe it was in 91, 92.
So that's when you were able,
91.
you paid off your fine and stuff like that.
They were going to violate me.
At the time, back in September of 1990, did you consider yourself totally disabled?
Say that again?
Back in 1990, did you consider yourself totally disabled?
I couldn't work at that time, no.
Why not?
I was having health problems too,
What kind of health problems?
with my ankles and my insides.
And you say that those are things that prevented you from being able to work.
Yes.
You were able to work on the house, though, later on, right?
I had people that were helping me do that.
Among those was Tony Christensen.
I supervised more than I did anything else.
Did you do anything else to bring, let me ask you a different way. Were you a member of a band during that time?
I've had rock bands, true.
And at that time, were you a member of one?
I'm not sure if I was or not.
Were you a member of a band that used a distinctive leather jacket with metal trim as part of the band suit?
No,
Never did?
never did.
Ever owned a jacket like that?
No, I haven't.
I see that you have your hair in a ponytail,
Yes,
and the length is a mid-back or a little longer. Is that no?
I have a Batman hat where the hair is tucked up in it,
Even in hot weather?
even in hot weather.
As I understand it, the day on the 17th started with you taking Jennifer to school. You were driving the Trans Am with the leaking gasoline problem. I would like to know how bad the leak was. If the car was parked and you moved it, after 5 minutes, would you see the gas leak?
It was the type of leak that would build moisture and take all night to drip out like a gallon's worth of gas. It wasn't like just pouring out the bottom of the car. It was evaporating as much as it was leaking.
Did the gas gauge work?
Not at all. Nothing did.
How far was it from Christensen's and Moline's to Jennifer's school in Long Island?
About 15 minutes.
What kind of driving would that be? If you were to talk about whether it was main streets, crowded streets, freeways, what?
I would catch I-74 from where Tony lived, shoot it over to Blackhawk Road, take Blackhawk Road all the way down to 9th Street. It would be 45 miles an hour the whole time.
About how many miles?
Oh, I don't know.
4 or 5 anyway?
7, 8.
When had you last put gasoline in the car before you took her to school?
The night before.
How much did you put in?
I don't remember. I think it was Tony's change.
Was he with you when he did it?
Tony was with me every day except that morning. He stayed home.
Now, when you ran out of gas in front of Max, it was after you had dropped off Jennifer.
True.
And where was it that you were actually heading at that time?
To the house at the corner.
So you asked someone to watch the vehicle and you went to your house and got this little gas can with a 1 gallon tank.
Yes.
Did it have any leaks in it?
Yes.
Was it red?
Yes.
Was it rusty?
Yes. I don't think it had a cap.
You filled the can and walked back. Do I understand you and the dog and the can walked down there?
Yeah.
Where did you go after you put the gas in the Trans Am and got it started?
Back over to the house.
Just a matter of a block and a half maximum?
Yes.
Did you go to a gas station and fill it up?
No, I just pulled it into the drive.
Why not?
I left the dog tied on the back porch. When I went back to the house, I tied him outside.
How long were you planning on staying at the house before you would leave again with the Trans Am?
If I hadn't ran out of gas, I probably would have stayed longer. Since I had $1 worth of gas, I had to get back to Sherry to get the money.
I take it that you got gas for the car for all the driving around for the rest of the day.
Yes.
Direct you to line 22. In September of 1990, did your owner have access to a leather jacket, whether it be black, brown, or other color, that was decorated with any metallic decoration?
No.
Had you owned such a jacket, but it was not available to you at that time?
No.
Had Sherry ever owned such a jacket?
No.
Would you remind me of what time you went to meet with the probation officer?
It was before noon.
And everyone but Jennifer was with you, correct?
True.
Wife, Damien?
Yes.
Where was your officer's office located?
In Rock Island.
Downtown Rock Island?
On 15th Street.
Now, that is 15th that street that comes right off the Centennial Bridge.
True.
About how many blocks down from the river?
Exactly 2.
Well, you recognize what this shows. This is State's Exhibit number 121.
Yes.
And it's already into evidence as a map that shows parts of the Quad City, including Davenport and Rock Island. Is it familiar to you?
Yes.
You note on the diagram, it says Centennial Bridge.
Yes.
And then 15th Street coming right off of it.
Yes.
Can you point to the jury approximately where the probation office would be? Tip this so you can see it.
Right here. Between either this corner on 15th Street or this corner on 15th Street. It's right in between there.
And then after seeing him, is that when you cross the Centennial Bridge that's shown here to go to the Salvation Army?
No.
What did you do after that?
The road that the probation office is on is a one-way going this way. We parked on the one-way going this way, which is 4th, which puts the probation office at the corner of 4th Avenue and 15th Street, right at the corner. I parked across the street from there, got in the car, took the car directly to the left from the probation office, took it down to 7th Avenue, down over here to 7th Avenue, come out on 7th Avenue, shoot over to 24th Street, took 24th Street up to the Arsenal Bridge, got up to where you go to the Arsenal Bridge, realized there was too much traffic on the Arsenal, took 1st Avenue all the way around to the Centennial Bridge, and then over to the Centennial Bridge.
And the reason you can tell the reason it was crowded at the at that time of day would have been lunch traffic.
Yes, or shift change.
Do you recall whether or not the lot gates were open? That's everything indicated that would.
Yes, it's up here on this part. I cannot see it because I was down at this part.
You have to go over a little bridge over from Rock Island to get.
Yes,
Thank you very much. This doesn't show Moline, does it? Moline is over here.
yes, over here to this side.
Did Sherry have money with her to buy things in the Salvation Army in Davenport?
Yes,
Did she actually buy something? Did she buy the little toy that you're talking about, the Cookie Monster?
she bought her things, but I remember that because it was blue.
From that point then, you headed to the doctor's appointment for Damien.
From the Salvation Army, no.
Did you go to Goddard's first?
Yes,
How far was Goddard's from the Salvation Army?
exactly 5 blocks on the same street.
Did you drive that distance or repark?
Yes,
And you walked around in it?
yes,
Prices too high?
yes,
You decided to leave and go for the appointment.
true.
Now, how long do you think you were actually at Trinity? Go all the way over to Moline using I-74 Twin Bridges.
Yes,
How long do you think it took you to get there?
from where we were?
Yes.
Oh, probably 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes.
How long were you actually at the hospital?
His appointment was scheduled for 2:30, and we had to be there at 2:30.
And according to what you've indicated to us, between 2:30 and 3, you had to get from Moline down to Jennifer School in Rock Island near your home.
True.
You don't stay in any way have a map that shows Moline and how you have to drive it through to Rock Island to your home, do you? You haven't seen one.
Across 12th Street, coming from where the hospitals are, off 16th Street in Moline, it's a direct route to Rock Island, where you cut off the 18th Street bridge right down to 9th Street to where her school was.
And you got there in time? She was waiting?
Yes,
You told us that you were certain about the time that you left the Illinois Goddard because you looked at a clock. Had you looked at that clock any other time you were in Goddard's?
I just noticed it walking out the door, the clock up there on the wall.
You hadn't looked at it at any other time?
No,
You don't know whether it was working or not, do you?
no, I don't.
And you didn't have, as you indicated, a watch or clock of your own to go by?
No,
No clock in Trans Am?
no.
Went directly home. How long does it take from that Goddard's to get home on 7th Avenue?
Around 20 minutes. It's a direct shot down 4th Avenue.
Let's talk about Mr. Gonzalez. When you arrived, as you got there, it appears that all kinds of people kind of converged all of a sudden.
Fred and his nephew were already there.
Right. What kind of vehicle was he working on?
I believe it was the Braun station wagon in the picture.
Do you remember much about whether or not there were any other motor vehicles that he was working on?
There was 4 other cars back there, plus the white Trans Am.
Were some of them in working order?
They all needed repair. They were being ready to be scrapped.
Are you saying that the only vehicles that would have been drivable would be Mr. Gonzalez's own vehicle, which is a truck, and now shown in this picture, 61?
I don't recall that day if he was in his truck or not.
What kind of vehicle would he drive if he didn't drive his truck?
Fred had mini cars.
I realize that picture doesn't show the Trans Am on that day. We're talking about the 17th. The only drivable vehicle would be your white Trans Am?
For us?
For you.
For us.
And whatever Mr. Gonzalez was driving.
Yes.
Whatever the Romans used?
The Rodens did not have a car. They walked.
They were on foot?
They come walking up from this direction.
How about Eddie or John Brown?
He parked across the street from 7th Avenue in the construction company and walked across the street.
What kind of car was he driving?
It was red.
You do remember it was red?
Yes.
Is that the car that he usually drove?
I hadn't seen Eddie in a long time.
He was there to welcome you back to the neighborhood, wasn't he?
Yes. He had visited me while I was in jail once before prior to that.
Was there a working clock in the house?
No.
You know then what time it was that you saw Stanley Liggins arrive at the house? I want to know if you know.
Yeah.
And how is it that you know if you had no clock?
I'm estimating the time that had passed from the estimated time of 5:30 for the arrival at the house.
Your assertion is that it took you 20 minutes from Goddard's, if their clock is right, to get home.
About 5:30.
And your best estimate of how long after 5:30?
15 until 6.
15 minutes then. When Stan arrived, was Fred Gonzalez still there?
I don't recall.
When Fred Gonzalez would come to your home, would he park his vehicle in the driveway?
Straight into the back.
He would be able to go back straight to the driveway unless there were other vehicles?
Unless he had other cars back there.
You've indicated that when Stan came, Sherry was feeding Damien, is that right?
Yes.
And how long did that process take?
The whole length of time that Nate and Stanley and I were in the living room, and then Stanley and Nate went out on the front porch.
Do you have an estimate for that time?
Oh, 5 to 10 minutes. Long enough to eat a bottle of that Similac that they give babies.
Is that all that she was doing, or also breast milk?
If he wouldn't take the breast milk, she would give him the other. He was also taking breast milk.
You thought of her as a daughter, Jennifer?
Yes.
At some point, your stepdaughter asked for her bicycle to go to her friend Sam's house. And you got the bike down, you identified the bicycle. Can you tell us on Can you tell us in State's Exhibit 4 where Samuel's house is? First show the area where your house is.
Our house was the third from the corner, right here. And Sam's house is the second from the corner, right here. It was one of these right in here. I'm not sure if it's the two houses together or the one big house.
What time is it that you believe that she asked for the bicycle, got the bike, and left with Samuel?
10 until 6.
What time did you get the bike? 10 to 6?
10 to 6 or 6 o'clock, somewhere in that area.
Are you certain she wasn't gone any longer than that?
No, that was how long before I got her the bike. She was only gone a few minutes.
Let's get that very clear then. From the time that Stanley Liggins arrived, as you told us, is it 5:45?
Yes.
How much time passed before you got the bike?
Stanley and Nate were there talking to me and having our conference outside.
I object and request that the witness be requested to answer the question.
I would say 6 o'clock.
Mr. Glenn, please listen to the question and answer the question asked.
Now, your estimate of when she had the bike available to her to leave was 6 o'clock, is that correct?
Yes.
And how long was it that she was gone before she returned from that trip?
Probably 4 to 5 minutes.
Volume 1, page 49. Do you recall being placed under oath in the month of February 1993 and being asked how long it was before Jennifer returned from her ride to Samuel's house?
I do, but I don't recall.
I'll give you a chance then. Are you certain today that she was only gone 4 or 5 minutes?
No, my mind was occupied with conversations with other people at the time after I got the bike out for her.
So now that you've got it hanging in front of you, How long do you think it might have been?
I would say at the longest 15 minutes.
Would you look at that page 49, referring to the top line as the question?
My estimation, 2.5 years later,
And then what was your answer?
20 minutes.
So we're from 4 to 5 minutes now until 15 or 20 minutes.
I had two people talking to me at the same time.
Was there something unusual about Jennifer's arrival back?
Yes.
What was that?
When she came back to the house, she walked her bike across 7th Avenue and gets to the light. She would start pedaling her bike, so when she got to where the house was, she would try to ride it up a couple stairs up the porch so she didn't have to drag it as many stairs up to the porch, and she tore the railing off of the house.
When that occurred, where was Stanley?
Sitting on the front porch.
When she had left to go to Samuel's, where was Stanley Liggins?
He left a little after she had left.
And how quickly did Mr. Liggins return in relationship to Jennifer's return?
I didn't even know that Stanley had gotten back.
Would you agree with me that Jennifer might have been gone as much as 20 minutes on her bike outing?
It's possible.
And that's what you said at one time under oath.
Yes.
When Jennifer was going to go a little farther than just Max, for instance, or right next door, would she usually ride her bicycle?
If she was going real far, no. If she was going to Max, no.
No, but if she was going farther than to Max, would she use her bicycle?
No.
She would not?
No.
When she would go further than Max?
No. No.
Now, there came a time after Jennifer had knocked off the railing that you saw both she and Stanley at your home. This is when you told us that Stanley made a comment that he had nothing to do and was bored, and you testified that you were talking to John Brown, correct? About that time after that, you were talking to John Brown.
When she arrived?
No.
Can you state the question again?
I'll try to, yes. Let's go back to this. About the time that Jennifer arrived from her bike ride, you noticed that Stanley is there also.
True.
The railing gets knocked off the porch and you do what's necessary to get the bicycle up and put away.
True.
And at that time, as I understand it, Mr. John Brown was still present.
He was by the house.
And were you talking to John Brown?
Yes.
And then Eddie left. Do you remember that?
Eddie had already left.
He had already left?
Yes.
How long after Eddie left did you notice that both Stanley and Jennifer were no longer around?
Jennifer left first. Stanley left. Then Eddie left and left us there with John Brown.
And Eddie left in his red car.
Yes.
Do you even know the brand or the year of that car?
I didn't pay any attention.
What did Eddie look like back in those days?
Skinny guy with medium colored hair.
What hair length?
Over his ears.
Caucasian, I take it.
He's white.
And at that point, you noticed after that you were becoming alarmed yourself that she was missing, correct?
No, I was still talking to John.
And then when John Brown left, is that when you wondered where she was?
Yes.
And about how long was that?
John had to be home by, I can't recall if it was either 7:30 or 8 o'clock, or 8:30 where he lived at when he left. He told me he had to be home, so he had to leave.
Any time between 7:30 and 8 o'clock that we're talking about?
Yes, that he had to be home.
From your recollection, do you believe it was starting to get dark?
I wasn't really thinking about whether it was getting dark. I just asked Sherry where Jennifer was.
You went to the house and asked?
Yes, laid down on the couch.
You lay down on the couch.
Yes, and asked Sherry, where is Jennifer?
And why were you laying down on the couch?
We were getting ready to watch TV for the evening.
And she did not know where Jennifer was, but mentioned she was going to get her for Stan.
She said she went to get gum for Stanley.
At that point, did your wife Sherry start out of the house and go around searching for Jennifer?
No, I told her to go over to the liquor store and get her.
Why did you have Sherry go over to the liquor store and get her?
Because Sherry knew the people that Jennifer would be over there talking to, and I didn't feel like walking over there to the liquor store.
How far was it to the liquor store if you had to estimate it by block, even a block?
It's 1 block, about a block and a quarter. You have to cross the street.
That left you with Damien.
Yes,
Damien was born August 5th.
August 5th.
We're talking about September 17th. He had been in the hospital for almost a month.
The whole month. He had been in the hospital a month and then came home.
When you first came home with your wife, was at the hospital too?
Yes,
So we're talking about somewhere around September 7th or 8th that he came home.
yes.
And from the time that Damien was home, or wherever you were staying, who was the primary person of the two of you who took care of Damien?
We all did.
What kind of things did you do to help take care of him?
There wasn't much to be done. He had a colostomy bag. You had to wait too. He had colostomy and urinostomy, and it was in the center where the bladder was. And they had to run a stent up from the bladder through the ureter into the right kidney, and we had to wipe that off, and he was using urine bags plus the colostomy bag. All we had to do was empty the urine bags and empty the colostomy, and they would last about a day old or so. And take it off and wash it out and put it back on. Pretty easy to care for.
Did Sherry say anything to you when you told her to go search for Jennifer? Anything that indicated that she didn't want to?
No, she thought the same thing I thought.
So the mother of this child left the child with you, and she,
Left my son with me.
yes, your son, and she went out to the neighborhood all over looking for Jennifer.
She looked around the vicinity of the neighborhood for neighbors who were friends of Jennifer's close by the house.
Was it dark yet?
As she looked, it got dark.
Why didn't Sherry take Jennifer to school that day? Why did you do that?
Because Sherry had to get up, give Damien a bath. I had the car. I could drive it, so I drove it. Jennifer liked the car anyway because it had T-top.
Well, didn't you tell us that you weren't supposed to be driving?
Yes.
And wouldn't it have been better for Sherry to drive?
Sherry didn't have a driver's license either, and I could do the time a lot easier than a woman with 2 children.
The next, as far as names of places that I understood where Jennifer was searched for, one was not exactly the name. She went to a woman who did her hair.
I have no idea who those people are and what their names are.
And she went to the Titus resident also?
Sherry didn't, I did.
You did.
That's when I rode the bike, yes.
And you're telling us with your daughter missing and your wife hysterically searching the neighborhood, you used a bicycle to search for her instead of getting in your car.
I couldn't get in the car.
Did the police officer warn you not to get in the car?
No, he was sitting right across the street in front of the house. If I had pulled that Trans Am out, he would have pulled me in.
Do you think that's what an officer would have done if the stepfather was searching?
Objection, we're asking for speculation.
Sustained.
Mr. Titus helped you drive around looking for Jennifer?
Yes,
What time of the evening in September would most of the neighborhood children come inside?
Jennifer knew she had to be in before dusk.
Was that different from the other children?
They all went inside.
All at the same time?
Yes,
Why would Mr. Titus tell us, as you testified earlier, that Jennifer, she's probably out running around the neighborhood like all the kids?
she's probably with the other kids.
Was this a neighborhood that got more dangerous to be out at night?
Yes,
Did you feel that Sherry was comfortable enough with that so she could do most of the searching?
we both lived in the neighborhood, and Sherry knew the people that Jennifer played with.
Approximately how long was staying around after Jennifer left to go get guns? Do you know? Last time that you saw her?
Restate that again?
About how long was staying around the house after the last time you saw Jennifer?
I didn't know Stan had left or Jennifer had left.
How long would it take to get from your home to Max as shown on the state's exhibit?
Cutting through the back?
Right.
Less than 2 minutes.
Do you remember talking with Davenport Detective Lindbaum and, another detective discussing the length of time between Jennifer's last departure and Stanley's leaving?
I've been questioned by both police forces of Illinois and Iowa.
Do you recall telling any officers that Stanley left approximately 10 to 15 minutes after Jennifer left, and that John Brown left 10 to 15 minutes after that?
I don't recall. There was a lot of questions asked. We were assuming at that point.
Well, if you didn't even know that Jennifer was gone, and you didn't know that Stanley Liggins was gone, how could you tell any police officer on September 20th, 1990, that there was a 10 to 15 minute gap?
I didn't.
Okay, so if officers noted that as your statement on that date, they would be in error. Is that right?
Depending on which time of Stanley's departure you're talking about.
Well, is it the last one about when John Brown left too?
John Brown left. When John Brown left, we did not know that Jennifer and Stanley had left.
You're certain of that?
Positive.
So there's no way you could have ever told anything about any time here?
We're pretty assuming when we got Jennifer's bike out and she went to Samuel's.
I don't have any other questions.
Do you have any redirect?
Your Honor, I did forget. If I could ask permission to reopen with my crossword point.
Go ahead.
Do you know a person named Teresa Held? H-E-L-D.
No.
Thank you.
Redirect?
Mr. Glenn, do you own a black leather jacket?
Yes.
And so that we don't get into the semantics, describe your jacket to the jury.
The one I have now?
Yes.
It's the Harley Davidson padded shoulder, padded elbows with the kidney belt built right into the jacket.
Did you own a black leather jacket in September of 1990?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe that jacket?
It was black and had a fringe all the way in the front of it, in the back of it, and fringe that hung way up underneath both arms. It was pure black.
Let me further, Your Honor.
Do you have any recross? Descriptive recross.
No, Your Honor, my client does have a couple of questions he wants me to ask. As I understand it, what you're telling us is that you did own the black leather jacket during September of 1990.
Yes.
And the reason you said you denied that was because that had metal decorations.
True.
You felt that because I asked it that way.
I didn't own one with metal decorations on it.
Where was the jacket in 1990 in September?
In a pawn shop.
Which pawn shop?
I'm not sure if it was Del Rich or if it was American Pawn because they're both owned by the same people.
Are they still in business?
Sure are, yes.
American Pawn is where? Rock Island?
It's on Locust Street in Davenport, and Del Rich is on 2nd in Davenport.
Nothing else from me, Your Honor.
Any recross or redirect?
No recross or redirect.
Thank you. You may step down.
I'm going to direct you to page 1352, and then line 14. Joseph William Glenn, called as a rebuttal witness by the state, and then previously duly sworn by the court, was examined and testified as follows. Would you again tell the jury your full name?
Joseph Wilson Glenn.
Do you remember your stepdaughter's disappearance?
Yes.
And I think you told us you started that morning by running out of gas.
Yes.
You recognize State's Exhibit 144?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
That's the gas can that I put my gas in.
Did it have a spout on it at that time?
I don't recall.
When you ran out of gas, what did you do?
I asked the guy at the liquor store to watch the car while I walked over to the house to find a gas can.
And did you find a gas can?
Yes.
Did I just show you that gas can?
Yes, you did.
And you took that gas can to get gas?
Yes.
Do you use the pawn shop as a source of revenue occasionally?
Yes, I do.
Going to hand you what's been identified as State Exhibit 142A and 142 142B. You recognize that jacket?
Yes, I do.
Is that your coat?
Yes, it was.
Where was it on September 17, 1990, the day that your daughter disappeared?
Del Ridge Pawn Shop.
When had you put it as a pawn?
I believe in April.
Was there a reason you put it into pawn?
We were short on cash. I needed to get my wife and son, which she hadn't given birth to him yet, up to Peoria for hospital treatment.
Was that the only thing you pawned?
No, I pawned other things too.
Did you later sell that coat?
Yes, I did.
And when did you sell it?
I believe it was around July or February of 91.
That's a 6-month summer. Is it in the spring or summer?
When I sold it,
Yes.
or when I got it out of pawn?
Was that the same day?
Yes, it was.
What day was that?
I believe it was the first of the year of 91.
Who went with you to the pawn shop to get it out?
My wife, me, and a guy named Kenny, which I really don't know Kenny's last name, and I believe Mary Maxwell, but I'm not sure.
Where did you get the money to get it out of pawn?
It was Kenny's money. He bought the coat.
Does that enable you to get the coat out for him and some other things of yours out from pawn?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any other money other than what he gave you?
No, I didn't.
How much money did he give you?
He paid the pawn ticket, which was almost $100.
No further direct examination.
You may cross-examine, counsel.
In addition to the jacket that's now in evidence as State's Exhibits 142A and 142B, during September of 1990, did you ever own any other leather jacket or simulated leather jacket with metallic decoration in the front and part of the back?
No.
All right, now I have any other questions.
No need to write.
Mr. Walton, we're going to offer 144, 142A, 142B.
I wait this time.
Any objections to those? Just a second, sorry. See how good your memory is. Any objections? Mr. Hobbaker, you have no objections, is that correct?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You have no objections to those three exhibits?
That is correct.
All right, exhibits 142A to 142B and 144 are all admitted. Do you need a couple of minutes, Mr. Hobbaker, for the remaining deposition?
I think it would be best, and I hope it goes smoothly.
All right. Why don't we take a 10-minute break, ladies and gentlemen, and I would ask you to keep the admonition in mind, to not discuss the case, and continue to make the matter. Please rise for 10 minutes. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now is there is some testimony that was previously given by Mr. Glenn that the defense would like read in as part of their case. We're doing that now rather than calling Mr. Pseudo Glenn here back. So, Mr. Hobbaker, would you like to explain the timing of that?
Yes, Your Honor. From a deposition in 1992, Joseph Klein witnessed herein after having been first duly sworn, was examined and testified as follows. Sir, I'll go to page 8, line 14. Who took Jennifer to school from your friend's house?
I didn't.
And what vehicle did you drive?
White Trans Am?
Was that your vehicle?
Yes.
Did you have a license to drive at that time?
No.
Do you know what time you took her to school that morning?
Before 8 o'clock.
What time did she have to be at school?
I believe it was a little after 8, 8:15, 8:30.
What did you do after you dropped Jennifer off at school?
Headed for the house, 1116 7th Avenue.
Was it just yourself, or did your wife also go?
Just me.
So you went to the 7th Avenue house.
Right?
Do you know what time you got there?
9 o'clock.
Was there anyone else there at the time you got there?
No.
What did you do once you got there?
I opened the windows for the house to air out before we began cleaning.
Did you do anything else that morning there at the house?
No.
Did you just open the windows and then leave again?
Yes.
Where did you go when you left?
Back to Tony Christensen's house.
Did you know what time you got back there?
Oh, 9:30, 10 o'clock.
What did you do after that?
I believe I went to my probation office because I had a meeting
You had,
with her at that time.
who was your probation officer?
Her name was Kathy.
Do you remember her last name?
No, I didn't have her for very long.
Do you recall what time that meeting was?
No, I don't.
Would that meeting have been in downtown Rock Island?
Yes,
There at the county building?
probation office.
And that's in the county building there, isn't it?
No, it's in a little building behind the county building.
Do you know what time that appointment was?
No,
Do you know what time you left there?
no.
Was that appointment before noon, or
I believe it was.
do you think you would have left there before noon?
Yes.
Where did you go after you left your probation officer?
Over here to Davenport.
Do you know where in Davenport?
Just running around. Salvation Army, another furniture store down here by the Arsenal Bridge.
What were you looking for?
Glass kitchen table set.
So you looked at the Salvation Army, for one.
Right,
Then you looked at another furniture store.
right, Goddard's.
Goddard's in downtown Davenport.
Right.
Do you know how long you spent doing that?
I believe I had to be at Damien's hydrolazine shop. Not hydrolazine, excuse me, his testrum shop. So we went from Goddard's furniture to Damien's testrum shop.
When you were running around Davenport with your wife with you,
Yes,
and referred to Damien, that was your
that was my son.
infant son. Did they go with you to your probation officer?
Yes.
Do you recall when you left Goddard's here in Davenport?
I was headed for United Medical Center in Moline.
You crossed back on the Centennial,
No, not the Centennial.
so you went down the river and crossed on 74.
Right,
And then went to United Medical Center.
right.
Do you know what time Damien's appointment was?
1, 2 o'clock.
Do you know how long you were there at United Medical Center?
A little while, half hour maybe.
Did you get right in, or did you have to wait?
They took him down to the emergency department where you first come in there to do the blood or something to give him a shot. They had to order the shot from upstairs. We had to get the shot downstairs.
But it didn't take very long.
No, once they ordered the shot, they had to bring it from down from upstairs.
And when you were done at United Medical Center, where did you go?
Went and got Jennifer.
At that time, the school had been getting out.
Right.
Did you arrive late to pick Jennifer up, or were you on time or a little early?
I could have been a little late.
Do you know how much late?
5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes.
Do you know what time school got out?
I believe it was 3.
Where did you go after you picked Jennifer up at school?
7th Street, Moline.
And what did you do there?
We went to the Maid-Rite.
And did your whole family meet there?
Yes.
Do you know how long it took you to eat?
We realized it was 4 o'clock when we were there waiting for our food. It took a long time for us to get our food.
So it was 4 o'clock, and you were still waiting for your food.
Right.
Do you know how much after 4 you ended up getting served?
15, 20 minutes.
How long did it take you to eat?
About 15 minutes.
And where did you go from there?
Goddard's Furniture across the street.
Again, looking for a kitchen table set.
True.
Did you look at any other furniture other than a kitchen table set?
They had a bunch of furniture, lamps and things like that, coffee table.
Do you know how long it took you to be there at Goddard's and look around?
There was a clock there.
Do you know how long it took?
It was, the lady even talked to us a few minutes.
Do you know what time?
A little after 5.
A little after 5 when you left?
Yeah.
And where did you go when you left Goddard's?
1116 7th Avenue.
Do When you got to the residence at 7th Avenue, was there anyone there?
Yes.
Who was there?
Fred Gonzalez, his nephew, and another man I didn't know. And Nate Roden was walking back to the house with his son.
Was there anyone else there?
No.
What kind of vehicles were in the drive or in the backyard?
Oh, I can't recall that. There was a white Trans Am there.
Was that the car you were driving?
Right. I believe a red Monte Carlo. I don't recall what was there. Fred was bringing cars in and out.
Was there any pickups there?
Fred's pickup, most likely.
Do you know what kind of car Fred was working on at the time?
I don't recall that.
How do you know Fred?
Working on cars.
Did you work together anywhere at some time?
My backyard.
Just your backyard?
I met Fred when I moved to Rock Island.
How did you happen to meet him?
Oh, he had a motorcycle for sale.
Did you buy that motorcycle?
Sure did.
You became friends after that.
Right.
Did you ever have any other business transactions with him?
No, we purchased cars together.
Do you know how long Fred and his nephew were there?
For a while.
Do you know who else was there? Anyone else besides Fred and his nephew there?
Another man. I didn't know him.
You indicated that Mr. Roden was there also.
True.
Did anyone else come to the house that evening?
Stanley.
Do you know what time?
A little while after Nate arrived. Wait, no. Nate asked me to babysit.
I'm sorry?
Nate asked me to watch his son while he ran an errand.
Do you know what time that was?
About 10 minutes after we had arrived.
5:45, 6 o'clock maybe?
5:30 in there, between 5:30 and 6.
Then you indicated that Mr. Liggins arrived sometime that evening.
Nate went to go do his errand, came back, Stanley arrived.
And how long was Nate gone?
5-10 minutes.
So what time would Mr. Liggins have gotten to your residence?
6:15 after 6, 6:30.
Was anyone else there at the time? Other than the people you've already indicated?
No.
Was Mr. Gonzalez still there?
I believe so, but I'm not exactly sure. He was out and back.
When Mr. Gonzalez left, would he have had to come out to the front, or would he have been able to go out the back?
Oh, he could have went out a number of ways.
So you don't know when Mr. Gonzalez left?
No.
What was Jennifer doing during this time frame?
Playing with Nate Roden's son
Just with Nate Roden's son?
on the front porch.
How old is Mr. Roden's son?
I don't know.
About the same age as Jennifer?
Yes,
What types of games were they playing?
they were on the front porch. We hollered at them about tearing up the screen.
And where were you at?
Sitting in the living room,
And who else was in the living room with you?
Stanley and Nate and Sherry.
Where was the baby at?
Sherry had went in to change the baby, I believe.
Do you know when that was?
That was when Nate and Stanley went out on the front porch.
How long had they been in the living room before they went out on the front porch?
A few minutes.
We direct you to line 20. You indicated that when Sherry went in to change the baby, was the baby in some other room?
Jennifer's room.
Was the baby then sleeping, or
Yes, it was an infant.
did she just go in to change the baby, or
She could have went in to breastfeed the baby. I don't remember.
you indicated Mr. Roden and Mr. Liggins went out on the front porch then, is that right?
True.
Did you follow them out on the porch,
No.
or did you stay inside?
They wanted to talk to each other.
So you just stayed inside.
Right.
How long were they out on the porch?
A few minutes.
And then what happened?
Nate and his son left.
And what did Mr. Liggins do?
He stayed there.
Stayed on the porch?
Came back inside the house.
Then you and he sat in the living room?
No, Eddie arrived.
Eddie who?
I don't know Eddie's last name.
You just came to the house?
Right, he's a friend from Rock Island there.
Friend of yours?
Yeah.
You don't know his last name?
No, I just met all these people.
Do you know his last name now?
No.
What did the three of you do?
Me and Eddie proceeded to play foosball.
You had a foosball table there at the house.
Right.
What did Mr. Liggins do?
Him and Sherry came out of the bedroom. Him and Sherry proceeded to watch me and Eddie play foosball.
How long did you do that?
A few minutes.
Did you play a full game?
Yeah,
Do you have any idea how long that took?
9 balls.
Are you good players or?
No, not really. 10, 15 minutes.
All right, then what did you do when you finished that game?
Stanley left.
Eddie stayed,
Right.
and you stayed, and Sherry stayed.
Me and Eddie kept playing foosball.
Where was Jennifer at during that time frame?
At that point, she was riding her bicycle.
And when Mr. Liggins left, did he just say goodbye and go out?
Yeah.
Did anybody walk him outside or anybody go outside with him?
Out to the front.
Just the front door?
Yeah, out onto the front porch and tell him, see you later, Stanley.
What did he do when he left? Get right in?
Got in his car and drove off.
What kind of car was he driving?
A maroon car.
You know what kind it was?
I don't recall. A Peugeot, I believe.
Did you see Jennifer anywhere around the house when Mr. Liggins left?
I didn't pay attention.
Did anyone else come then to the house after Mr. Liggins left?
Yes.
Who came to the house?
Me and Eddie were playing foosball. John Brown walked by the back window.
How do you know John Brown?
I don't know John Brown. It was unusual for him to come by.
You don't know him at all?
I met him once, maybe twice.
Is there any particular reason that you know his name now?
I knew his name then.
Is there any particular reason that you knew his name then?
Just that I had met him at a bar.
He came by the house, did he stop?
Yeah.
Come up to the front door or
Yes.
did he knock on the door or did you guys just see him and come up and say, come on in?
We met him at the door.
You met him at the door. Did he come in the house or stay on the porch?
He come in the house.
Then what did you do?
He proceeded to talk
About what?
about everything. He just rammed on that he'd been in a mental institution and here and there. It was strange for him to be there.
How do you happen to know Mr. Brown?
I met him at the Katydid.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Did he live in the same general neighborhood?
I don't know where he lived.
He just happened to show up at your doorstep and start talking to you.
Right. And I had met him years, maybe a year before then. He came over one time and then he had never came back again for a whole year. All of a sudden, he's back again.
He's a memorable individual.
Yeah, he's strange.
Do you know anything else about it?
Nothing at all.
How long did he stay there?
For a while,
How long would that while be? Half hour?
he ran Eddie off.
Ran Eddie off? Was he there for half an hour, an hour?
A good hour, hour and a half maybe, at least an hour, hour and a half.
At least an hour, hour and a half?
Yes,
And Eddie left?
maybe an hour.
Did anyone else come back to the house then?
Stanley came back.
What time did Stanley get back?
I don't know.
Was Mr. Brown still there?
Me and John Brown were sitting in the living room. We played foosball. We walked to sit down in the living room, and I glanced out the front window, and I noticed Stanley on the front porch.
Did he knock on the door?
No. Just sitting there,
Just sitting there?
on the railing.
Was there anyone else there?
No.
Do you know where Jennifer was at this point?
Right there at the house.
Right there at the house?
Yes.
She wasn't riding her bike anymore.
She was inside.
She was inside. Where was your bike at, do you know?
I had brought it into the house.
Do you remember when you brought it into the house?
After she had hung it up on the porch.
Do you know what time she would have done that?
Oh, 6:30, 15 to 7.
Do you know what time it was when Mr. Liggins returned?
It was still daylight.
Do you recall what time it got dark that night?
7:30.
It was still daylight when Mr. Liggins got back.
True.
How long did Mr. Liggins stay?
Not very long.
Was Mr. Brown still there?
Yes.
Was there anyone else there when Mr. Liggins came back, other than Mr. Brown and yourself?
And Sherry.
And your family?
My family.
Did anybody else show up while Mr. Liggins was there?
No.
Did Mr. Brown stay the entire time that Mr. Liggins was there that second time?
Yes.
Mr. Liggins left?
Yes.
Was there any conversation between Mr. Liggins and Jennifer?
I didn't notice, only that John would not stop talking.
So you don't know of any conversation between Jennifer and Mr. Liggins at all?
No.
Then Mr. Liggins left?
True.
And was Jennifer still in the house?
She had left too.
Where did she go?
Myself, I didn't know.
You didn't know where she left?
No.
Did she leave before or after Mr. Liggins?
Before?
Do you know how much before?
I really didn't recall. I really wasn't thinking about Jennifer. It was about John Brown at the front porch.
Were you out on the front porch at that point?
Me, Stanley, and John Brown.
And Jennifer just left?
I believe I thought, I would have assumed that she would have been inside the house.
So you don't remember her leaving?
No, she wasn't on the front porch.
After Mr. Liggins left a few minutes later, is that correct?
Yes.
And did Mr. Liggins ever return that evening?
Yes.
Do you know how much longer that would have been?
Quite a while.
After Mr. Liggins left that second time, what happened? Did Mr. Brown stick around or did he leave?
He left too, a little while after.
How much longer after Mr. Liggins did Mr. Brown leave?
Oh, 20 minutes.
20 minutes? And at that point, did you know whether Jennifer was in the house or...
I asked Sherry.
And what did Sherry say?
I asked Sherry where Stanley went.
You asked Sherry where Stanley went.
Right, because I thought Stanley went in the house.
You didn't realize Stanley had left.
No.
His car was gone, wasn't it?
Right.
You didn't realize that he had left.
Didn't even realize he was in his car.
Then Mr. Brown left. Was Mr. Brown on foot or was he in a car?
He was on foot.
Do you know which way he went?
No, I don't. He had informed us he had a car too.
But you don't have any idea.
Never seen it.
When Mr. Brown left, were both you and he out on the porch or were you inside?
We were inside.
Did Sherry say anything about when Mr. Liggins left or...
I asked where Jennifer went, and she said she went to go get gum.
Sherry said that?
Yes.
Did she say where she went to get gum?
Max Liquors.
Did she say when she went to go get gum?
When we were on the front porch.
When who was on the front porch?
Me, Stanley, and John Brown.
Do you know where she got the money to go get gum?
No.
Did anybody tell you where she got the money to go get gum?
I didn't know anybody had sent her to go get gum.
Do you know what time it was at that point after Mr. Brown had left?
It was getting dark.
It was starting to get dark then.
Right.
So when Mr. Liggins left that second time, it wasn't very much later that it started getting dark.
Right.
What happened next?
I asked Sherry where Jennifer was.
And what did she...
And Jennifer should have been home because it was getting dark.
And she said she'd gone to get gum. Is that the first time?
For Stanley?
She said that she went to go get gum for Stanley.
True.
Is that the first time that you knew that she was gone?
Yes.
And did you go look for Jennifer or did your wife go look?
My wife went and looked.
Did she immediately go out of the house and go look around?
Yes.
What did you do, stay with the baby?
I stayed there with my son.
Do you know how long your wife was gone looking for Jennifer?
She was there and back, there and back, there and back.
How long a time frame did that take?
A few minutes in between.
A few minutes in between?
Places that she would go look for Jennifer at.
Different friends' houses?
Right?
Do you know if she actually went to the Max liquor store?
I know she did.
She did?
That was the first place she went.
And she went there and came back home?
Right.
Then she went to different friends' houses?
I don't know where she went, but she went to all of Jennifer's friends.
Did she call anybody?
No.
Do you have any idea how much time passed with your wife, going to the different houses looking for her?
Half hour, 45 minutes?
Was it dark then?
Yes.
And when she finally came home again, finally, what did you do?
What did I do then?
Yes, what did you do then?
Well, I don't recall.
During the time that your wife was going to different friends' houses looking for Jennifer, did anyone else come to the house?
No.
No one else at all came to the house?
No.
Once she got back, did anybody come to the house?
Once she got back, did anybody come to the house?
Yes.
Stanley did.
And both you and Sherry were there at that time?
Right.
That would have been the third time that Stanley had stopped by that evening.
Right.
And it was already dark out.
Right.
Do you have any idea what time it was at that point?
8, 7:30, 8, 8:30, somewhere in there.
Had you called the police yet?
No.
Did someone, when Stanley came back, was there any conversation about Jennifer missing?
Yes.
What did Stanley say?
You better call 911.
Did he say anything else?
He laughed, he snickered and said, you better call 911, and left.
And he left. So who called 911?
Sherry did.
And what did you do then?
We waited for the police to arrive.
Once, was it a uniformed officer that came first?
Yes.
Do you know who that uniformed officer was?
Bruce Johnson.
Did you never know him before?
Yes.
Any particular reason you knew him?
He was the arresting officer.
He was the officer who arrested you.
Yes.
Do you know how long after you called the police that he arrived?
Almost immediately.
And did he then interview you and your wife?
Yes.
Did he call for other police assistance?
He went outside on the walkie-talkie, he may have, did his job.
What did you do then?
We came to the agreement that he was going to go driving the police car and look, and I got on Jennifer's bicycle and I ran down to D. Titus's house to ask D if maybe Jennifer was there.
D. Titus, how do you know that individual?
She lived with my grandfather before he died.
How far is that from that residence on 7th Avenue that you had?
It's on 14th and a half Street and 7th Avenue.
So about 3 blocks?
Yes.
And you rode Jennifer's bike down there?
Yes.
What did you do once you got there?
I asked Mark Titus to give me a ride in his van with Jennifer's bike to drive around and see if we could find Jennifer.
Where did you drive around at?
We drove all over Rock Island and at that point tried to find her.
Do you know how long you were gone?
Back and forth, we'd leave and come back, and Bruce Johnson would still be at the house. We'd leave and come back, and finally we came back, and Bruce Johnson told us to stay.
Were there other police officers there by that time?
No.
Do you know what time that was?
Very dark.
Have any idea what time at all?
9:30.
At that point, did Officer Johnson call any other officers?
He was still talking on his walkie-talkie.
What was the next thing that happened that evening?
Some officers showed up to tell us that, now, Brett Titus, Mark's brother, pulled up to tell us that they found a body in Iowa on TV.
He'd seen that on TV?
Right.
So that would have been sometime after 10 o'clock.
No, it was between 9 and 9:30.
9 to 9:30?
I believe, I don't recall the time.
Do you know how he knew that information?
Watching TV, so it could have been 10, the news.
So he learned that from the television news.
Right.
And at that point, what did you do?
Bruce Johnson's made us stay there right at the house.
Did anybody else come over?
Then some detectives showed up.
Do you know what detectives?
I don't recall them.
Were they Rock Island detectives?
I don't recall if they were Rock Island or Iowa.
Did anyone else other than police officers and Brent Titus come that evening?
I don't recall. I don't remember.
And what happened the rest of that evening?
They informed us that they had a body.
Anything else?
Not that I remember.
Did you ever see Jennifer again?
After that, when I identified the body.
They asked you to identify the body?
No, I wanted to see the body myself to make sure.
Do you know when that was?
I want to say the next day. I don't recall.
You weren't Jennifer's natural father, is that correct?
No,
You know who her natural father is?
never met him.
Have you ever visited Jennifer?
No. To Jennifer's opinion, I was her dad.
How long has it been with Jennifer's mom playing a father role for Jennifer?
A long time.
Years?
3 years.
3 years. Had Jennifer's dad ever taken Jennifer without her mother's permission to your knowledge?
No, he never even came into the picture, ever.
Do you know if he'd ever done that before you started spending time with Jennifer's mom?
No,
Do you know what her natural father's name is?
no,
Did Mr. Liggins ever come back that evening after the third time?
no.
When was the next time you had any contact with Mr. Liggins?
When he called me on the phone,
And what was that?
a couple days down the road,
At least a couple days later?
yes,
And do you know why he called you?
he wanted to come over.
Just come over to the house?
Right.
Is there any particular reason why he called and asked permission to do that?
No,
On the 17th, you come over several times unannounced, correct?
true,
So he called and asked him to come over.
true,
And this would have been the 19th or 20th?
true. I don't remember to recall exactly.
It was at least
3 days afterwards.
3 days after Jennifer disappeared.
2 or 3 days.
And when he came, do you know what time it was that he came over then, that 2 or 3 days later?
He didn't come over. I didn't let him.
You didn't let him?
No.
You told him you didn't want him to come over?
I informed him at that point that they had found Jennifer and she had been murdered.
And what was his response?
That's a fucking drag.
Say anything else?
Wanted to know why I would let him come over. The reason he was going to come over was it would take a couple minutes.
Did you say why he wanted to come over?
No.
Was there any particular reason why you didn't want him to come over?
I had Sherry's family there.
Is that the only reason? Because Sherry's family was there? Line 4, just that.
Yes.
Okay, and then direct me down to line 16. Did you have any other contact with Mr. Liggins after that phone conversation?
No.
Have you had any since September of 1990?
No.
When you were here at the courthouse yesterday, when you actually did come into the county attorney's office during your wife's deposition, is that right?
Right. I didn't know there was going to be a deposition.
Did you bring your wife over here that day?
No.
How did she get here yesterday?
Mary Maxwell.
That's a friend of the family.
Yes.
Did you know she was coming over here when she did?
Yes.
Did she tell you she was coming over here?
In not so many words.
What did she tell you?
She was having a problem with the whole deal. It was bothering her mentally. She was under some stress and she had some questions she wanted to ask.
She wanted to ask some questions of Mr. Davis.
Yes.
So she said she was going to come over here and talk to him.
Yes.
And is there any particular reason that then that you then came over later?
I followed because I love my wife.
Did you offer to take her over here?
I had no way.
But you didn't go with her at the same time she did.
I let her go with her friend Mary.
And then she did call someone for,
No, I followed in another car.
you followed in another car.
Right.
Immediately?
Yes.
Is there any particular reason why you didn't just ride with them?
Because I was with my friend and I was giving my wife her space.
Is there any particular reason why you didn't come into the county attorney's office?
I was dirty
You were dirty?
from working.
So you just stayed outside and looked in the window?
I didn't even know that she was even going to be in this room or any other room until I walked to the door up here for a lady and tell me that it was going to take a couple minutes. And then I started walking by the window, and that's when I noticed Stanley.
So you noticed Mr. Liggins first?
Yes.
How much longer did it take after that before you saw your wife here?
Long enough to stretch my neck up and look around.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anything on the state side from that?
No, Your Honor.
On the record.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 4:26, so we're going to take our evening break. Please keep the admonition in mind, do not discuss the case, continue to keep an open mind. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Please rise.
Is that mine?
Thank you. Anything you need to do on the record before we quit for the evening? Anything we need to do on the record before we quit for the evening?
Nothing to the state, Your Honor.
Nothing for us, Your Honor.
I don't think we had any sidebars we need to put on there.
No. If anything, it was, if there were any interruptions on the record, it was more just clarification related to the transcripts, but nothing substantive.
Isn't that right? No. Let's put on the record that if we had any sidebars, that they were related to just simple logistics as well as specific lines of the transcript and or depositions that were read in.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.